What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tony's Picks Look Ahead Show here with yours truly, Vegas Al, ready to break down January 22nd's action here for you guys. This one's going to be a quick show here. Just waiting here to, what do you call it? Just going to go through some NBA and some NHL. I don't like the college slate tomorrow. I might give you a couple games. I have a couple games college basketball wise listed on here. Dropped one today again, so I've just been putting one play in. That's all you can do. Try to, when you're in a cold streak, you don't have to go crazy betting wise. Just try to stop the bleeding, find a winner. We didn't find it today. It's gonna happen here or there. I don't know. Doing the homework, that's all you can do. We got Rod in the chat here. Bet on San Antonio on the money line when they score 121 or more points in a game. San Antonio's record in the 2026 season 16-0. We'll get to this Spurs line. The average score is these games 127 to 115, so that's right around that spread. Rod always coming in with those great stats. So double confirming what I'm already thinking here. But let's get into the NBA here. First game we're going to talk about, we got Nuggets, Wizards. Good to see Rod in the chat here. 1 second. Let me pull up this line. Jesus. All right, so the first game, yes, Nuggets 5.5-point favorites on the road here versus the Wizards. We just saw this matchup a couple days back here, maybe about 4 or 5 days ago. Nuggets actually didn't cover as a 6.5-point favorite at home. Now on the road, looking at the injury report, it's a host of players for the Nuggets. Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray, Tim Hardaway, Jonas Valanciunas, all as game times. Cameron Johnson, Jokic, Tamar Bates, and Christian Braun here all will be out. So again, the usual as of late for these Nuggets, host of players on the injury report. But I could say the same thing about the Wizards. Look at this here. Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley, AJ Johnson, Vukovic, Koulibaly, and obviously still Trae Young, all on the injury report as well. Something tells me these Denver Nuggets finally find a way to get this done here. 5.5 points, again, not the worst number to have to lay. When you look at who they play next, they do play at the Bucks on a back-to-back. My only concern as far as having to lay something with the Nuggets and obviously the banged-up roster, but I don't know. I can only look their way. Washington's still atrocious defensively. 2-8 in their last 10 games, 7-game losing streak, 29th in basketball and defensive rating. Forced to play here, I'd be on those Denver Nuggets in this one. All right, I'll get a couple games in, and then I'll go right back to the chat. We got Rockets and 76ers. Rockets, the 2.5-point favorites. Total 221.5. Looking at the injury report here for the Rockets, I'm seeing just Aaron Holiday and Steven Adams here. Holiday is game time. Adams looking like he'll be out. And then Embiid and Paul George game times for tomorrow. I don't know. To me, I like props in this game. I like the Rockets, obviously, a little bit more. Covering this number, they are out on the road here versus Philly. To me, prop-wise with Sengun, prop-wise with KD, that's where I'm looking. Even a Tyrese Maxey prop. Last year's meeting between these two teams, a 144-137 track meet. Rockets winners of 3 straight, playing some pretty solid basketball. That's where I would be looking. Not mad at necessarily touching a 221 total, as again, I think both teams can get up and down here. Prop galore game as well, so that's how I feel on that one. Keep head up, buddy. Absolutely. I'm taking today's way better. It's yeah, that's all I gotta say. The Cavalier game tonight went up 56 points. Went 1 second. The Cavs game tonight went 56 points under the total. What is going on with the NBA, man? I know. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start, Sonny. And then I know your Cornhuskers let us down. I told you I had a bad feeling about it. I'm trying to pull up these banners one more time. Get on over into the next NBA game. We got Hornets. We got Magic. What do you call it here? We got 6.5-point favorite for the Magic. Hornets are without, let me check out real quick this injury report. 1 second. KJ Simpson, Mason Plumlee, really Plumlee. And then Castleton and Suggs on the injury report for the Magic. 8 out of the last 10 of these matchups head-to-head have gone under the total. Obviously, the Hornets kind of trend to the under as well, 25-18 to the under this year. I kind of like this game actually to be a slow-paced defensive type game. Hornets, despite not being the worst of offensive teams, third in 3-point shooting, still play at a very slow pace, 25th in all of basketball. Total 229.5. The last 2 meetings head-to-head have gone under that 229.5 total. Again, looking here at the under 229.5 in this one. A lot of value on the Hornets too, so not mad at the plus 6.5 here with those Charlotte Hornets. Starter jacket time once again here with the Charlotte Hornets. All right, we got Warriors. We got Mavericks. Total 231.5. Spread here is the Warriors laying 4.5 here on the road. Injury reports. Really just Gary Payton. Obviously, Jimmy Butler tore the ACL. Seth Curry's been out for a second. So really just Gary Payton on the injury report here as a game time. A host of players still on the injury report. Really just Gafford and Gafford, really. All these other guys, Davis, Irving, Lively, Exum, Cisse, haven't been an integral part of this Maverick squad this season. I don't know. To me, 4.5 on the road doesn't seem too bad of a number here to have to lay. Obviously, the 3-point shooting here with the Warriors. The problem is, to me, they have these Timberwolves lined up on deck with a 2-game set. That's what makes this one tricky. I like the Cooper Flag props. If he plays, it's been iffy. I mean, he's not on the injury report, so expecting him to suit up. Here in this one, forced to play, I'd be on a Cooper Flag. Over, I think he gets 20-plus points, maybe even 25. Try to find the plus money value with him. Part of me wanting to get on the value here with the plus 4.5 at home with those Dallas Mavericks in this one. All right, we got Bulls and Timberwolves here. Timberwolves laying 9.5 points at home here, total 239.5. Just alluded to it, Timberwolves got the 2-game set versus Golden State. Could argue they might not be that interested in this one here. When you look Giddey, Collins, and Patrick Williams still on the injury reports, really still just Terrence Shannon for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves third in the league in points per game. Fourth in field goal percentage. Obviously, the great front court that they have. I can see why people would think about laying here with the Timberwolves, but the look ahead spot has me causing and pausing. I like the value you're getting with the Bulls. We needed Kobe White to step up. We needed A.O. Desamu to step up, Buzelis to step up, but you're getting 9.5 points with these Bulls who are chippy. Give me the 9.5 points here with your Chicago Bulls in this one. Spurs and Jazz. Before I get into this one, check out some of these comments. We got Rod up in here tonight giving out some heat with these numbers. He says, bet the under in the first half in Orlando home games versus poor defensive teams. teams that are allowing 116 points or more per game, essentially. The first half under in those games this season, 10-1. Rod's loving that first half under there in Charlotte and Orlando. If it goes under the first half, I'll say it goes under the full game too. Yes, we love the under there in that one. Rod coming in here joining the show. He says bet against Golden State in away or neutral games on the money line after playing a home game. Golden State record in 2026 is 0-8 this season in that spot. So even more of a reason to get on the points there with those Mavericks. So, yeah, I feel like a good night's coming. We'll see, though. It's hard to want to come up in here and get all excited. We got to stay down, stay hungry, stay humble. The good days are coming here. We got Spurs. We got Jazz in this one. Boy, oh boy, I could argue this might be the public dog of the day here. I get it. I get why people want to get on the Jazz, and I hate to deter anybody wanting to take a plus 13.5 value. Markkanen, I'm still saying supposed to be out, and that's huge for me. I need Markkanen in there if I want to back the Jazz here in this spot. Not just him. Keontae George is now showing up on the injury report as a game time with the forearm injury. Harkless, Sensabaugh, Niang, all on the injury report for the Jazz. You look at the Spurs, it's really just Kornet and Devin Vassell. I could argue a revenge spot, even though I know they took care of him there the other time out. 123, 110. Now we have a 13.5 point spread, of course. I don't know. I get it. Spurs are 0-2 ATS-wise this year versus the Jazz. But if you look historically, last 5 meetings in Utah, the Spurs are 4-1 to the number. So I could argue this is a beatdown spot, bounce back spot for those Spurs who just laid an egg there against the Rockets in the fourth quarter. That was ugly. They were in control of that game throughout. Rockets are playing some good ball right now, though, so I'm not going to take that loss too hardly there when I was on the Spurs the other night. I think they bounce back here again, whip up on the Jazz. I also love there's not really a look-ahead spot. They play the Pelicans next. It's time to hone in and focus up. Give me the Spurs here big. Wembanyama props with the blocks, the rebounds, whatever you guys like. Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox as well. Always live to have big nights. So give me the Spurs beatdown spot here in that one. We got Heat. We got Trailblazers. When you look at the spread here in this one, we got the Trailblazers almost at a pick 'em here. -1 I'm seeing with the Trailblazers. Total 240.5. When you look at the injury report here, Khalil Ware's on the injury report for the Heat, the forward center. Here, I like this young piece for the Heat. Tyler Hero as well will be out with rib injury. But holy smokes, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 9 outside of Lillard. I'm not going to count Lillard, who's been out for all year. You got 8 guys on the injury report for the Timberwolves. Chris Murray, Scoot Henderson looking to be out. Matisse Thybulle will be out as well. Blake Wesley as well. Jeremy Grant game time. Robert Williams game time. Drew Holiday game time. Is it going to be a Denny Avdija lone wolf out there for tomorrow? To me, if you got to consider some of those guys are going to play for the T-Wolves. It's a far travel spot for the Heat. I get it, or at least how far they are away from their home floor. Something tells me to get on the Heat here, plus the 1. Total, I'm going to stay away from. I can make a case for both when it comes to these Heat. It depends if they want to get up and down and use that number 1 pace in the NBA, or are they going to use that top 5 defense in the NBA? You never know what you're going to get with the Heat, if they're going to show up and play some defense, or if they're going to decide to go up and run and gun. Tough to go totals with them. I just like that you're getting a bucket here, or +1 with the Heat here, who I just simply think are the better team, especially if the Blazers are going to have a host of guys sitting out tomorrow. Yes, give me the Heat here in this one on the road. Final NBA game we will get into here. We got Lakers and Clippers. Clippers the minus 1.5 point favorite. Total 223 here in this one. Kawhi is on the injury report still as a game time. Derek Jones and Bojan Bogdanovic are expected to be out tomorrow. few key pieces there for the Clippers. Obviously, still Austin Reeves and this Thiero here out for the Lakers. Lakers have been stepping up as of late, playing pretty good ball. Cannot hate on them. What do you call it? At least the what they did last time out took my money from me. Why am I losing it? The game there against the Nuggets, and then obviously took my money too again against the Raptors. But the Clippers have been playing some good ball as well. I get it. They dropped it the last time out versus the Bulls. That was a rough spot. Back at home where they've been playing some of their better basketball. Rivalry game here. Look at the free throws. 18th in the NBA are those Lakers. Number 1 in all of basketball on free throw percentage, shooting 85% from the free throw line as a team are these Los Angeles Clippers. We know James Harden can get those fouls. I like the Lakers here. Or excuse me. I like the Clippers here. I was going to say you guys know I like to fade those Lakers. We'll see if they get me for a third time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't blame. I can't speak. Can't put the blame on you. Give me the Clippers here in this one. All right, even without Kawhi. Yep. We got Blackhawks. We got Hurricanes. Man, oh man, what a giant spread this one is. Not spread, but line. Hurricanes minus 290. Total 6.5. When I'm looking, the expected are Spencer Knight, Friedrich Anderson. I don't know. To me, Spencer Knight's been a little bit more solid goalie-wise all year long. 2.53 goals allowed per game and a 913 save percentage. So a little bit comfortable there. Blackhawks, again, since the beginning of the year in January have not been playing bad, cashing a lot as a dog. To me, all the value on the Blackhawks. I get it, Hurricanes, a top elite team in all of hockey, but no way I can get on minus 290. I don't like laying minus 1.5 when now you're getting minus money. The plus 1.5 with the Blackhawks, the money line with the Blackhawks is where I'd be in this one. We got Stars. We got Blue Jackets. Audinger versus Greaves. Greaves has not been bad as of late. 2.70 goals allowed all year per game here. And then a 908 save percentage is actually slightly better than Jake Audinger's this year. Still not going to lose faith in Audinger. Just what do you call it there against Boston? 2 goals allowed, starting to turn it around a little bit because he was struggling, giving up 4 goals per game going into that game versus Boston. I am seeing Rantanen in his day-to-day. Huge piece there with an illness. Still like the Stars. Again, simply the better team. I get it. Stars, as of late, have not been playing great. They finally got themselves a win last time out, and I think it gets them right back on track here. They take care of the Blue Jackets here in this one at, again, a minus 125 price with the Stars. I know it's on the road, but it feels cheap, so there I am on those Dallas Stars in that one. We got those Vegas Golden Knights and Boston Bruins here. Vegas here finally had that winning streak snapped. They were playing some very good hockey. I'm expecting here Schmid in goal. Despite the numbers, not in love with him. I don't care what you guys say. Not in love with Vegas goalkeeping, really. Swayman, I could argue the same thing. Year long hasn't been too bad. 288 allowed. Just look at his last couple games. 6 goals allowed there versus Dallas. 6 goals earlier this month as well versus Seattle. Swayman's never a trustworthy option in the goal. I could argue an over in this one. Both teams get after it here. So I like that over-wise. And the Homer Emily wants to go Golden Knights. Far travel spot is what worries me. Being all the way out in Boston. I just like the over a little bit more in this one. Over 6.5 in Vegas and Boston here in that one. I'll get into Sabres and Canadians. Just check the comments out real quick. Rod's still in here, dropping some facts here. When playing their third game in 4 days, he are 1-3 on the road, straight up. Something to worry about. That's why that line is probably where it's at going back to NBA action. Again, we were talking about the Heat there at a pick-em price, just about trying to sneak up on a road dog. Blazers, when revenging a straight-up loss versus opponent as a favorite, they're 2-0 this year at home and against the number. Something to keep in mind. Rod might be hinting at getting on those Heat. This is the one I'm going to have to trust my gut and go against him a little bit here. I'll stick with the Heat pick. Again, this one, keep an eye out on that injury report. I already listed all the guys possibly out for the Blazers. I get it, NBA's been next man up this year, but I need some of those horses in there if I want to back the Blazers. But Rod, again, showing up here tonight on the Look Ahead show. Good to see him. I think he's trying to cheer me up. He knows I'm struggling right now. It's brutal, but I'm actually handling it fine. Believe me, guys. Last night was upsetting because of how the Spurs let that one go. I was being crazy trying to get on the Pacers and trying to get on a dog. I'm not going to be upset at that one. I can live with the Pacers not covering. It was a sketch game in begin with here. Let me get back here to Sabres and Canadiens. Sabres were obviously on this great 20-game run. I don't know. Lyon is expected here. Montembalut here. 3.4 goals allowed per game, an .873 save percentage. So I'm already looking to fade that. I don't know. To me, Buffalo already won, what was that, like 6 days ago, 5-3. I don't know. I don't mind going to the Sabres here. Simply the better team, and you're getting a little bit of plus money. I get it. We're having to go north of the border. Always a little sketchy there. But to me, I got to go with the Sabres here and get plus money in that one. We got Senators and Predators. I'll give you guys my pick in this one, and then we'll go back, see if Rod has anything in the chat. Good to see him here tonight. Again, we got Senators and Predators. What do you call it here? We got Reimer expected, who is a guy I'm looking to fade, at just being a negative Nancy off, what is he, almost 38 years old here. And I think he's had 3 appearances so far this year. Again, a late acquisition for the Senators. They've been dealing with all sorts of goalkeeping injuries. Saros is expecting a net, not another guy I'm in love with. Just off looking at these 2 goalies, I can get on an over. Just the fact that the Senators trend to the over, I can get on an over. Far road spot here too as well for Ottawa. I don't know. To me, look, Nashville earlier this season, they won 4-1. So maybe a little revenge spot for the Senators, but I actually kind of like the Predators here at the minus 105 price at home. And again, a lean to the over just based off who we got in net expected. Senators, Predators over the 6.5. And I like those Predators here. Maybe a little same game parlay in that one. All right, we got Sonny here in the chat. Listen here, bro. Nebraska lost their second best player, 5 minutes a game. They're up 16. Yep. He said he only took the under. Let me go to that box score here. Because I wound up not taking that prop that I gave out, which I wanted to. But again, like I said, when you're colded like I am, you can't be emptying the clip, going crazy. Let me see this Washington. There you go. Box score. Yep, 21 points he got. I said take the 20-plus point prop with this Steinbach here from Washington. What'd he do? He scored about a third of Washington's points here tonight. Just to brush back on Sonny talking about those Cornhuskers. Up 16, he was saying, with 1:14 left. Gross. That shows how my luck has been, because I told you I'm going to go and ride with you, Sonny, and finally lay something with those Cornhuskers, and that's how it rolls. Ugly. It shows what's going on right now. The luck has not been there. You can handicap, know all the information all you want, but you still need some luck to pull these games out, man. And wow, that's all I got to say on that one. At least, hopefully, Sonny, you cashed on the under, depending on what number you got. I'm trying to pull up these games again. Actually, Rob, one more stat here in the chat on this Buffalo. Yes, he agrees with the Sabres. They're 9-1. Or at least he's pulling a stat out that agrees with the Sabres. He says, bet on Buffalo on a road win. I can't speak. Bet on Buffalo off a road win. Buffalo record during the 2026 season, 9-1. Expecting them to show up here. a little bit on the road versus those Canadians. He also has a stat here: bet on Ottawa on the money line when they allow 2 or less goals. Ottawa record since the 2025. This is a monstrous stat: 46-7. And to kind of back what Rod is saying, I'm being a negative Nancy trying to fade this old cat with the Senators, right? But I could argue he's also trying to play for a spot on this roster permanently. This is his chance here, as all these goalies, Allmark and etc., have been out for the Senators. Is he going to step up? I'm being a negative Nancy. I can't trust Saros either to keep a game under. So that's why I like the over. He's making a case to get on the Senators. I said I like the home field advantage. We might have to battle on that one. But again, that's not one I feel strong enough to go head-to-head with Rod on. I'd rather get on an over. So that's how I feel, Senators and Predators. Let me move on here to Panthers and Jets. 1 second. We got the Panthers here with Bobrovsky expected in nets. I just can't stop thinking about the fight at this point. I know it's a couple days old. Hellebuck is expected in nets. A minus 110 price you're going to get here with the Jets. Yeah, I could get on the Jets. I mean, we just saw the Panthers drop it the other night to the Sharks. Who's to say they can't lose one here to the Jets, who, as of late, playing a little bit better. Clearly, they were on that massive losing streak, but 6-3 was the last meeting for the Jets. This was almost 2 years ago now, back in November of 2024. Again, I like the Jets with the goalkeeping advantage. Look at Bobrovsky this year, 8.75 save percentage, 3.09 goals allowed, 3.09 goals allowed per game, and hasn't been that great as of late as well. But the only thing I could say positive about him is at least he brought the fight the other night there to that Djokovic. But other than that, I got to be on the Jets here at home in this one. We got Penguins. We got Oilers. We got the Oilers here. Got to find a line for this one. 1 second. The current book I'm looking at doesn't have this game. 1 second. Apologies. There we go. We got minus 195 for the Oilers, getting a plus 165 price here with the Penguins. As far as what I'm seeing for expected, Solovis and Yari expected here to be in goal. Yari here, when you look at the game log, it wasn't that bad last time out, January 20th, a day ago, there versus the Devils, 2 goals allowed. That was his, second appearance or third appearance here with the Oilers. So, again, another possible guy fighting for a serious roster spot for permanent here with the Oilers. I could get on a case of him possibly playing well. Oilers here, a little fat favorites. I don't want to be a negative Nancy. I just don't like it. I don't know. Maybe it's puck line with the Oilers. Clearly, 6-4. What was that? A month ago, pretty much, December 16th. Those Oilers versus the Bruins, versus the Penguins. Yeah, forced to play. Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know what to go with this one. It's the price. It's the price, and you go in regulation. What you're going to get a minus 145, a minus 150. You run the risk of getting chopped off with the overtime. The problem is I just don't want to touch the Penguins. That's the problem. So I just got to go Oilers puck line, but nothing I'm rushing the window to bet on that one. It's probably a pass, but just giving you guys opinion on that one. PW Critter wanting to know any more information with Rod. He's saying bet on Edmonton on the money line when they allow 2 or less goals, 57-5. Again, playing into what I was talking about with Jari stepping up as well. When you get a new goalkeeper in there, again, it's like his third appearance here with the Oilers. These guys are motivated. That's all I got to say. So there you go with that one. We got Red Wings and Wild. Final hockey game I will discuss. I do believe it's the final hockey game on the card. Yes, yes. I'm seeing Talbot expected here for the Red Wings and Gustafsson for the Wild. Boldy on the IR. That's a piece I like backing prop-wise. Erickson as well. When you look, no injuries for the Red Wings. On the road here and they're on a 3-game win streak, though, playing some good hockey. When you look head-to-head, last season was the last matchup, February 25th of 2025. The Red Wings actually took care of business 3-2 in that matchup. Again, you're having to lay a minus 155 price with a Wild team who, as of late, has been playing great. Leaning towards the Red Wings here in this one. Talbot, again, a 2.95 goals allowed this year and an 8.92 save percentage is a little worrisome. We look at his last couple of performances, though. 2 goals allowed versus Boston. 4 goals there versus Pittsburgh. 2 goals versus Toronto. 2 goals versus Washington. So, again, around 3 goals per game is what he's still averaging. So, what you get or what you see is what you get here with Talbot. Just those pieces that are out for the Wild right now, I'm not willing to back them, especially at a minus 160 price pretty much. Forced here to play, I'd be on the value with the Red Wings here in that one. All right, I'll talk about a couple college games. If I'm honest, I probably won't have any college games on the site tomorrow. I'll talk about a game we've kind of already looked at. 1 second. Wisconsin and Penn State. I'm only going to give the prop out that I like in this game. You got to obviously look Wisconsin's way, the better team. But, again, you're having to lay 6 points on the road. Just tread lightly. I'm not mad at anybody wanting to get on the Wisconsin Badgers. Again, I do think that's probably the side I would end up on. But the prop I'm giving out, John Blackwell, 18.5 points per game, a third-year player for this Wisconsin Badgers squad. I like the kid here sticking around with the school. 20 points he's scored in, I think, 2 of the last 4 games. And if not, 20, 17, and 19 points. Big-time PTP, prime-time player for Wisconsin. You guys know I've already talked about Penn State's 3-point shooting numbers, how atrocious they can be. I get it, home dog, but again, forced to play. I'm on the Wisconsin Badgers here in this one, laying it. And I like that prop, like I said, with John Blackwell here, over 20-plus points, or his over-under in points. Obviously, it might be around the 18.5, which is what he averages. But again, John Blackwell and Wisconsin here in this one. South Florida, UAB. Not a game I'm really interested in backing, but one of the better games, at least on this Thursday slate. A lot of mid-major action. I will give you a couple mid-major games, don't get me wrong. But again, 90 points per game out of South Florida. A top 5 pace team, 7th in the country here in pace. When you look almost top 40 in the nation in 3-point attempts. They hold the free throw shooting advantage. They hold the rebounding advantage. They hold an advantage in assists and steals. True shooting percentage. Offensive rating, 7-3 in their last 10 games. Not in love with UAB this year. Again, losing a Yoxel Lenenberg to Michigan was huge. They would have liked to get this kid back. I'd argue they have taken a step back. Oddly enough, last year's meeting was a 109-106 victory for UAB. That just further confirms it was minus 2.5 here with South Florida. That's what I like there with South Florida, and I kind of like the over again. Just not off last year's trend, just off the fast pace that I'm expecting South Florida to play with tomorrow. Even on the road, I'm on those South Florida Bulls, and I'm on the over in that one, trying to get you guys a total. High total for a reason, 166.5. Again, South Florida UAB over 166, and a lean to the minus 2.5 with South Florida. We got Sacramento State and Idaho. Yes, I'll touch base on this game. Love fading Sacramento State, but we're having to lay 9.5 points with Idaho. A little tricky. But when you look, 1 second, historically, actually, I believe Idaho took care of them. Last year, it was only a 2-point win, though, last meeting. I would argue, though, Idaho's still the better squad this year. Look at the three-point shooting numbers, just the shooting numbers in general, all lean to Idaho. The pace, top 20 here for Sacramento State, but Jesus, I believe it's helter-skelter type offense. Mikey Williams is it's getting on the verge of Julian Newman type. Look, Sacramento State 0-10 on the road this year. It's a little uncomfortable laying 9.5 points with Idaho, don't get me wrong, but I just simply think the better team. They get this one done here. Give me Idaho minus the 9.5. Let my haterade come on out here in that one. Rod has me a little stat on USF. He says, bet over the total USF away or neutral games when they score 81 or more points in a game. The over since that 2025, they're 9-0. So again, trending to the over. This team 7th in the nation in pace, 90 points per game. Another stat for that, just to go back on it. Bet the over UAB when they allow 81 more points a game. Yep, 17-2 to the over. Over South Florida. And okay, that's also UAB as well, a UAB stat. So both teams here, a stat that can get you on the over. And we have a high total there for a reason. Touching base on this, we were. Yes, give me over. I still like South Florida here. I still think the better team in that one. Sac State, Idaho. We already touched base on that. We're going to be funky and lay the line here with Idaho. Last game of the night I'll talk about. We got UC Irvine, UC Riverside. I know, another random game to talk about. But I've had a read on this UC Riverside squad a little bit. What we were giving them out there versus Fullerton. What do you call it? We were actually on them there, actually, versus Long Beach State, which would have been ugly. I don't know. To me, you look, the three-point shooting numbers is where I'm looking at. 332nd attempt-wise is Irvine. The defensive numbers for Irvine, they just want to play slow pace and play defense. I don't care that their pace is 81st in the country. In this one, they're going to slow it down. 73-60 last year. We got a total here in this one. Again, I have to go to a different book. One second. 141. So I'd argue that total probably right where it needs to be. Laying 9 points, though, with Irvine is something I'm not interested in. Lean to UC Riverside just based off the fact we're going to need them to hit some threes. And again, they're going to need to play some defense. The defensive numbers all point towards Irvine. On the road, though, not comfortable laying that much with them. Give me here UC Riverside plus the 9 and lean to the under. I would have liked the total a little bit higher than 141 if I'm being honest. Rod with a final stat. This is the final game, so no more overtime for Rod. He's going to be done. No more stats he's going to have to dig up for us here. Bet on UC Riverside in home games on the money line versus good defensive teams. Shooting percentage of, I think, over 42% after 15-plus games. 7-0 with that stat here. So this game here fits that trend. Rod finds those little stats, man. It's always nice to have those in your back pocket as well. I'm more of a player personnel, recent performance, and team ranking when it comes to stats type handicapper, and also recent history between programs when it comes to college basketball, at least. So there you have it. We covered a lot. I appreciate Rod getting in here on the chat. Busy guy here. Multiple shows. Check out the Daily Dangle with him, Happy Hour with him. Also the morning show that's coming up here next day in the morning time, 6:30 on the West Coast. Don't get mad at me, Rod. Don't get mad at me, Rod. I just caught myself. Ramon here. It's the 2 R's. It's the 2 R's, Rod. Don't get mad at me. Ramon and DeAndre here with the night moves. Okay. Again, morning show. Rod with the Daily Dangle and Happy Hour. Check those out. Those are going to be tomorrow. And I think we got Chris's hit list. Check out Ninos on the morning show. Chris is also probably in the morning show. I'm trying to think of any other cappers. That's about all I got right now. Again, the guys that are putting in the work every night, putting up videos, those are the guys you need to be getting picks from. I'm not going to say me right now. I'm cold. Let me figure out my stuff. This weekend, Saturday, is the day to hit me up. I'll have UFC. I love this UFC first card of the year. Obviously, NFL football hasn't been too bad, especially playoffs this year. So tune in for that. College basketball, we're going to tread lightly. Even NBA, I'm going to tread lightly. I was hot as all hell last 30 days, and it went ebbs and flows of this game. So that's all I got to say. I'm going to get on out of here. We got one more comment from Rod. He said all good, but yes, Rod is the man. That's all I got to say. Go check out his stuff on the site. Link in the description here. Like and subscribe as well. Every like, every subscription here helps us get to that 100,000 mission that we are chasing. Thank you guys for tuning in. Best of luck tomorrow and make it a winning day. Peace.